Welcome to Boss Nation. Boss Nation helps the real ones turn pain into power through laughter, through lessons, and blow off some steam on wild-ass stories. Let's go, Boss Nation. Today, we are going to blow off some steam on a wild-ass workplace story, on a messy office investment that went wrong. So, it killed a friendship. Let's kick this podcast off. This is my co-host who keeps us on track, the dependable rock in the squad. Can't go to a restaurant without ordering a dessert. The world's best paddle pro, on and off the court, has a big swing, but even bigger smile. My tag team partner, Maddie Phoenix! Woo!
We really need you to start doing like professional boxing intros, because that's the level you're at right now. It's like Vegas level, UFC, Saudi Arabia, big ring intros. So now onto my co-host. Yes, Boss Nation. The legend right here brings the hype and, more importantly, the heart. Debate sports like it's life or death, but knows nothing about sports. The fixer-upper king survives on caffeine, officially. It's the only reason he's awake right now. Unofficial mayor of good vibes and iconic laughs, but he won't be taking any flags down. It's JG!
Woo, 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 woo.
Right. Okay, let's get it started. Episode 2. We're calling it Workplace Friendships.
We're back, baby. We're back. Right. So let's start this off with a wild workplace case of vanishing rent. So, work, bromance, fell out over money. So imagine two pals. Money gets involved. It gets messy.
Doesn't friendships just that get ruined by money? We talked about this in the last episode where we talked about just lending people money. So I've been given the brief. Today's brief, Boss Nation, is a case about trust, friendship, and money. That dangerous moment we say when a business move or bromance collide. When your work bestie becomes your business partner, but it goes south. And I guess we can all talk about, friendships we lost because of some kind of business venture or some partnership or when money's been lent or something like that. So, Jay, break it down for us.
So I want to break this down. This guy shared with me, I got this soul brother at work. Buddies, like real tight. They decided to invest together in a rental property a few years ago. Set up a joint account for the rent to build up. So the money's going straight in. Everything was smooth until I checked the account and saw 2 years worth of rent of build up is gone. Vanished. I confronted him. He hit me with the classic, I needed it for something. I needed it for an emergency. And promised to put it back. It's been 2 weeks. And he hasn't. I do not know what to do. It's going to ruin our friendship. I do not want to ruin our friendship. But also, I do not want to be out of pocket. I don't want to be out of thousands. I need this money. What do I do?
So my man's thought he's building a business empire and he's instead got a personal money pit, put an end to one. It's fishy, that, to me, because that's a joint account, and if he needed it for an emergency, why didn't he go to his mate saying, look, I know we've got this pot here, this is my emergency, this is my timeline, and being transparent and honest about it. You have to be that with your best friend, your buddy.
Any relationship.
If he's turned that joint account into his own secret stash or taken it out, the trust, it's all built on trust. Look at us, we're doing this Boss Nation together.
Right.
You know, it's built on trust. It's built on our relationship, our friendship. There's been, you know, and a financial investment, not a lot, but a little into doing things, time off work, time away from family and friends. You know what I mean? It's been a lot. And we've had our challenges through in terms of like aligning that through from elements. But if the trust isn't there, you know, it's there. And trust isn't free. It's earned. No. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But neither is rent money. It's not free. It's going to be earned and it's going to go. They're like, this isn't a game of Monopoly. Like, I'm just going to go put my hand into the bank and take out as much money as I want because I can. Now, you got to pay the piper and you got to keep the money in to do that. So he's gone. The way it seems like this, from what you've said, he's gone like Grand Theft Auto, like with the rent money. He's like, hit him up with that. I'll pay you back or I'll put it back in that kind of elements. It's the same line people use when they borrow, like, you know, your phone charger.
Right.
You know, when someone says, I'll give it back to you, man. Yeah. It's like
long-term borrowing, that's called.
Yeah, I know. Long-term borrowing without any interest. And you don't get it back. You know, when someone says, oh yeah, I'll put it back. That ain't going back in the place where it was meant to go. Oh, I'll give it back to you afterwards. You know they're going home with that shit. They're going home with your charger, and you're left without a charger and have to end up buying a new one. And that's what I see happening here again. So break it through to us. What are our options?
I'm thinking two things.
Yeah.
Right? First thing, boys, bro to bro intervention. Right? You got to give him the bro intervention. Do an intervention on his ass. Look, brother, if you needed the money, right? Well, first thing you say is, look, I don't want to lose this friendship. Sit him down, off the record, just as a friend. No legal talk, no threats, just real honesty. And ask him, what the fuck happened? Didn't we become best friends? Do you want to do quad in the garage? Yeah. Anyway, when's it coming back? If he's dodging these questions, you know he's really not your boy, right? Or he's just using you for an interest-free loan. So that's option one. You give him the bro intervention.
Yeah.
Number two is payment plan. Get him, just do the payment plan play. If he's really in a tough spot, offer a structured repayment plan on the monthly. Make it clear. Look, I trust you, but we got to get this back on track and set up an automatic backs transfer and say, look, get it written in an agreement somehow and make it a business move, not an emotional kind of mess. Friends can recover from money. Any money issues, they can recover from that, but not if you let it slide and build resentment and you end up hating each other and it's just going to grind out. You're going to grind each other out. So if he acts up further, then pull out the paperwork, power play and say, look, document and record every conversation and treat it like a transaction. Then hit it with a strongly worded letter from a solicitor, strict timelines for the return of funds, and make it clear that if he doesn't deliver, legal action is on your ass. Legal action is on the table now. Sometimes a little bit of high stakes pressure is exactly what a shaky partner needs. When an agreement is made between two people, right, and I do my end, and if they don't act to X, Y, and Z, that agreement's not there.
Yeah. Makes sense. So, am I giving a final judgment on this?
Let's go.
Right. I feel like I should get a judge hat next time. Get a wig on. The judge is ruling. The judge is ruling. The judge is ruling. Where is he ruling? How is he ruling? Actually, give us a little bit of a drum roll. Financial friendship fiasco. Financial friendship fiasco. Look, ground rules weren't set up at the start of this. And this is a workmate, you said? Correct me if I'm wrong? Yeah. So when you go into a property together, the good thing here is he's still got his initial investment into the property. So he's protected there. It's the profits and the return that's going into there. However, I'm guessing there'll be some kind of mortgage on the property or borrowing on the property. So he has to protect himself from that point of view. So
Right.
I'm guessing it's what's left over from that, etc. So you're right. I think it's not bro to bro. It's business. It's not personal. If you ever watch that film, it's called You've Got Mail, and it's Joe Fox against The Shop Around the Corner. One of my favorite guilty pleasure films to watch.
By the way, school. We're talking 1996.
Yeah.
On top of my head right now.
Yeah. One of my like old films. But that where he goes, it's go to the mattresses. It's business. It's not personal. So when it comes to business, and no matter how many people you have in your business, and this is coming from someone else's business, it's business, it's not personal. You have to put the business interest first. And in this position, he has to put the business interest first against his director. It's option 2. It's direct. Sit down. This isn't on. This wasn't approved. There needs to be clear guidelines in terms of elements. There should be withdrawal limits from each director, first of all, and any withdrawal limit above a certain amount needs both directors to sign off. So it's coming from a joint account. So you need to set this up as an official company if you haven't, and you need to have real terms and laws and shareholders agreements. And that's why they've kind of done it, because if you don't have strict guidelines in place, you risk the investment going down, and then also your friendship crumbling.
Right.
So don't let a joint account become your joint regret.
Right.
You see what I mean? Either you get your money back or you learn a very expensive lesson in business. And you sometimes can't mix business with pleasure at the same time. It doesn't fit. It depends if you've got the right people. So he needs to be very, very clear. Repayment plan, if you can. Direct, why did the money go? Where is the money? Is it going to come back? Right. If not, he needs to take the money that's taken out of his percentage in the house.
Equity
in the house. So there's a way to get it back, and just say, look, if you're not going to pay it back in this time frame, then I'm going to take it out as equity. And you need to protect the payments, and you need to have a clear withdrawal limit put in place on the account as a direct elements from different directors, so you can't do it again. But this is going to taint your relationship. And because you did not put it in place and have these structures in place from the beginning, trust me, sometimes friendships cost more, and sometimes it ain't worth it.
So when you say take it out the house, do you mean like put stick-it notes on every like door and windows? Like, this is
I owe you.
Yours, this is mine.
But I used to.
What do you mean equity, as in like through the bank and the percentage shares?
Yeah, I mean like change
not stick-it notes on door. This is my door.
Yeah, this is my door. This is my door. This is my hinge. This is my hinge.
That brick is yours. Those 2 are mine.
These 2 bricks are mine.
Look, it comes down to trust.
Yeah.
I always look back at that classic film, The Door Test from The Bronx Tale. Right? Oh
yeah.
What a movie.
Yeah.
What a movie. And he says that line where it's about something about if it costs you $20 to get rid of him.
Cost you $20.
It's cost you $20, right? It's cost you $20 to get rid of him. And then from my end, my interpretation of that door test theory in that movie was the way I saw it, how I applied it is, if someone's really on your side and they're on your side, or they're selfishly just passing through in your life. So in the test, it was they were sat in the car,
and if she doesn't unlock,
she doesn't unlock the door for you, is she just there for the free ride, or is she there like, oh, he can't get in, right? So are they selfishly passing through when they're about to kind of leave, or are they going to do the right thing for you, or they're just going to sneak out with the cash and respect? If he's a real friend, he's never going to come back and ask for more money. He sure won't like make you feel like cheap and it's only money, this is serious amount of dough. Trust is always vetted.
Yeah, you got to handle this like a boss. Set boundaries, document everything. If he fails that final test, lock that door, because bad respect bounces like a bad check. Honestly.
But the only catch is, right, he's still got to see this brother the next day at work.
I'd be taken out of his paycheck. I go to HR saying, reroute this amount.
But imagine that. You get to work, you drive, you drop your bag, and you see him. It's awkward. Yeah, it's awkward because it's the elephant in the room. He's going to be side-eyeing him every morning, and he's going to be like, he's at the printer, he's like, bitch, better give my money.
Yeah, in the morning, he's playing the music.
Bitch, better have my money. And he's like, "Oh, is that new shoes?
Is that
New shoes on?
You got money for new shoes? We have money to give you. Give me money. Where's my money, bro? Have you seen that episode from Family Guy with Stewie? And he goes up to Brian and he goes, where's my money? He goes, I'm pretty sure you said you'd buy student. Then he beats the dog, goes, where's my money, man? And he beats it to the dog. Where's my goddamn money? You better have that money by the end of play or I'm going to kill you, man. It's the funniest shit that Stewie's done. And then Brian's actually scared of him and he's the dog in the oh God, you got to ask any of the episode.
I just see that. Send me that link. I just see that. But look, it's clear we're a bit, Boss Nation, what's the best move here? A, bro intervention, right? Real talk before it gets ugly. Or option B, payment plan. Stick his ass on a payment plan which is structured, professional. They got to tell us A or B, right? Yeah. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. I think my approach is a bit like...
Some people B, in the past, Manny, I've said I'll go with A and I end up doing B.
Yeah, I think I think B... with the changes I've mentioned, but Boss Nation, if you're watching, message your wild workplace stories. Someone went through, or you might be going through yourself. We can help on this matter. We'll give advice. You know what I mean? We'll talk through that story, and we'll put it on here. Obviously, no names. It's all private, confidential. But when someone watches it, they might know they're talking about me.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Tell us your stories. Tell us your private stories. Tell us your personal stories. Tell us where you've been in a similar incident, same experiences, and are they still going through that, or how did you deal with it? Let us know. Right. Time for Big Blowy Mondays.
Love Mondays.
I love Blowy Mondays. So Big Blowy Mondays, everyone already hates Mondays. It's the day we vent, we explode. It's a day straight after a weekend. We call that the madness. We call it the madness at work. We call it the madness in life. Look, let's blow off some steam. Today, Manny, we are going to be blowing off some steam on minging nasty workplaces.
Oh.
So have you ever, so I can think of one right now, when I was a bit younger, I once joined this workplace, right, where their toilet didn't work. Their toilet sink didn't work. Right? Well, the flush was a bit battered and they said they were going to order it. I'm like, where are you ordering it from? From India? Like, it's taking forever. But the sink didn't work, right? It's been broken, not for days, not for weeks, for years. It had been years. So what did people used to do? So after they did their business, they used to walk across the hallway and wash their hands in the kitchen sink, the communal kitchen sink, right next to where people made all their tea and Nutella on toast.
Are we sure it was Nutella or something else?
Just get your finger right in there.
Anyone who tastes this Nutella?
You know what? It's bringing back memories. Like, that's like, where people used to wash.
Same sink you wash your spoons and stuff in.
That's right.
Your cups and stuff in. Damn.
But you got to know people more personally as well. Like, you get to know their bowel movements. What timing do they need to go to the toilet?
Bowel movements. How many times is he in the kitchen washing his hands?
Yeah, like one guy he was 9:30 clockwork, right? And then also people used to take a big dump, right? Like I said, walk across the hallway to that small kitchen that we have, wash their hands, and everyone was acting like this is normal. And like I was the weird one for questioning this stuff.
What, like? Don't use the left tap. That's the poo hand one.
don't shake
the
right hand. Shaking on the right hand, not the left.
Use the left tap. Use the left tap for your toilet.
Oh,
your poo part.
He's a left hand shake guy. Yeah.
I would have stopped taking tea or food from anyone in that kitchen. I would have dehydrated. I would have brought my own tea in a flask. You know what I mean? And I would have brought disposable plates in and cutlery. And just stored them in my drawer. I wouldn't need to go into that kitchen for nothing.
No,
except to wash my hands after going to the toilet.
FYI, if you're working somewhere and this sink is broken and, I don't know, Carol brings over some brownies, they're not chocolate chip cookies. Run out of there. You have to get out of there. Boss Nation, tell me, what's your worst experience? Tell me the most minginest workplace that you've worked or currently working at, and they're just not fixing it. Like, fix up, look sharp.
Yeah, just put in the comments, there's a section. The start of the sentence says, nastiest workplace I ever worked at was... Don't have to tag the company in because we don't want a liability lawsuit or anything,
Right.
but tell us what it was. Best ones will be read. We guarantee you that.
That's right. We'll stick to the wild ones. Right. Time to play Fuck, Marry, Kill. Let's go.
Let's go. My favorite game.
Boss top 3. Here's how it works. Fuck, marry, kill. Boss top 3. Fuck, which we know is for fun, right? It's not forever. Marry, it's reliable. It's essential. Can't live without it. And kill, you gotta go. Overrated. So this week is on crisps.
Ooh.
Give it to me.
Oh, so, like, okay. That's a tough one. I'll start with marry. I'll marry any cheese crisps transparently. Like, give me some cheesy Doritos.
Like
Cheetos, Doritos, tangy cheese, any kind of Tyrells, What's-Its, anything cheese, like cheese and onion, like flavored like McCoy's and stuff like that. So I mean, like,
yeah, but the
cheese.
thing is, you're that guy from like you'll have those from Toy Story, and his fingers had all cheese on it. And I don't know that.
Yeah, and I'm washing that in the work sink as well and everything.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're marrying that?
Yeah. I'll fuck with like something hot. So like, you know, like flaming hot Doritos, but they're quite nice. They're not spicy, but like when you look at like the Thai chili stuff, so something spicy like that, I'll fuck with. I'm gonna kill Ready Salted.
Nah.
Hey,
Hey,
Ready Salted crisps
is OG.
The
OG
is
crisps.
the point? Because you have salt and vinegar. What's the point? You already have one salt. You don't need two. Do you know the Mandela effect around that? Actually, cheese and onion crisps used to come in a green bag, not a blue bag, and salt and vinegar used to be in a blue bag. Do you remember that as a kid? You used to go to India.
McCoy's cheese and onions green, isn't it?
Yeah, but remember Walker's salt and vinegar when we were kids and we used to go to parties and stuff. Used to come in what? A blue bag, salt and vinegar.
Blue bag. Yeah, it did.
But they say that it's never been blue.
But like I said, the McCoy's crisp, which I would marry, the cheese and onion. Oh, that's the one.
Green.
I like the thick. It's green.
Yeah,
it's green, baby.
Yeah, and it was used to be green for Walkers. And now they say it's not. So it's apparently they call it Mandela effect, but I just don't believe them. A lot of people are calling them out on this. Remember, you used to get £5 in a packet of crisps. £5 note. You know the competition where you'd open up a blue packet and you just get
We're
£5.
talking back in the day.
People these days don't know.
That fiver?
They don't know.
Do you know how many penny sweets you could get for £5?
But they don't know about. You used to get a free packet of crisps or something, and it'd be like a little voucher or something. Bro, you used to get Pogs. You used to get a lot of gifts and stuff, Pogs in crisps. You have no idea how good crisps used to be.
We did.
Yeah.
I would definitely kill salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar for me.
I like salt and vinegar.
Not for me.
What marry it, but it's nice to mix things up. That that vinegary sort of taste, like fish and chips.
I will marry McCoy's cheese and onion. And I fuck with the, do you know the cheese and it's one with the kind of wedged shape.
Oh, Seabrook's cheese and chives.
That's the one, chives, cheese and chives. I'll fuck with that. That's beautiful. Right, now let's do an office celebrations, okay? I'm going to list you 5. You got to give me fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
1, birthday cake in the break room. Always dry, store bought, right? Defo. Second thing, forced team building activities. So like there's always that awkward trust fall they do and some shitty icebreakers. Holiday gifts, right? Where people always ask for something back when you go on holiday. 4th one is retirement party. There's always like a speech at the end or a cheap punch. And the 5th one is the office happy hour, where everyone overshares after one drink. So go. Fuck, marry, kill.
I'll fuck with the team building nonsense, but I arrange fun ones, you know what I mean? So like, we'll go out and do like axe throwing or something like that. So I don't mind team building activities, but none of that trust falls icebreaker stuff. It's more, let's go have fun. I think Viking it out, get some bowling in, get some arcades, do something fun. You gotta marry the happy hours. It's the only time you get some spicy gossip in it. And you get to really know what's going on in your
people really do share.
You get them drunk, you know what's going on. You're like, I might have to promote that one. You've got some good ideas. That one, definitely to keep an eye on him. Yeah. I'll kill the holiday gifts. I mean, I don't need no 3 small toy elephants from India. My house is full of them.
Do you remember them? Yeah. It's like a big one and then a little one and a little one.
Oh, bro, I swear.
What's this? A herd of elephants? Is this just like?
I'm looking around.
Is it on your shelf?
I'm looking at which shelf. I swear, which shelf? I have it. I think my mum's taken it and put it somewhere.
You knock it, but it got sold. That shit. Yeah. Everyone bought one of them.
I started like collecting. This something annoyed me about this one, which is why I say kill it, because I started like collecting, like I like to collect fridge magnets where I go. You've seen that when I go back, I get fridge magnets.
Love it.
Then people started bringing me fridge magnets back from work. Even at my current office, but I haven't been there.
Right.
I brought back a fridge magnet, and as much as I appreciate it, that was like my thing to like showcase. Now I've got fridge magnets. Half the places I've not been to, the half places I have. So it's kind of happens now. So I've started something new. I've started collecting Christmas baubles where I go.
Nice.
So I've got like
one though.
That is a tough one, but I always try and make an effort to go to a gift shop. So you got like a Christmas bauble or something. But I got some really, really good ones. I even get some stuff like, when I go like York Railway Station or something like that. I think Christmas baubles are good because I like my Christmas tree. But I got some really cool ones from some really like great places. Like I've got some from like America. I got a Brazil one. I got one from like Lisbon. I got one from Dubai.
It's a good shout that because everyone's going to buy a new.
You know what I mean? I got one from Nice. I got one from Monte Carlo. You know what I mean? So I got a Monte Carlo one based on the casino, Monte Carlo Casino. I was in
You're
Edinburgh.
Need like 2 trees after all of this.
Yeah, bro. It's cool. But it adds a little bit of stuff. So when people see the tree and they see something and it says Lisboa on and it's got the design, it's pretty sick.
Nice.
It's sick.
Right. So let's do one on meeting new personalities. Okay. I'll go again. The Rambler. So the guy who talks in circles, never gets to the point. Second one, the Silent Zoomer. Right. Joins a call, never speaks, and even like turns his camera sometimes off and leaves it on. Depends on his mood. The Slide Obsessed, right? Someone who reads slide after slide after slide, and you're like, when is this presentation going to end, right? The Interpreter. So interpret everything incorrect. Also / the Interrupter. So they interrupt every conversation. The Oversharer. So the one person who overshares too much personal information in a presentation, like we're talking about X, and he's talking about his dog this morning and so forth. Go. Fuck, marry, kill.
That's a tough one, man. Because they're all, I'll struggle. Okay, so if I'm going to fuck with one, probably the Oversharer. They're wild, but at least the meeting's not boring, you know what I mean, anymore. I don't mind someone going on an Oversharer. At least I know I'll learn something about them. I will go overboard with a bit of an element, and that way, it's all right. And in some meetings, it's needed because it kills the boring tone vibe.
Right.
I'll marry the Silent Zoomer. No chaos, no drama. Just background noise. That's peace. I don't mind that. But like, it's that's a tough one for me because that's not me as a CEO. But I respect that to somebody else who can just be in it. And sometimes I am on calls and I am just in the background. So like I am on. It's bad. I'm getting shit done. But I just need to be on the call in case I get called up on. Right. Kill the Slide Obsessed. I hate it when the slides are there. Slides are there for you to elaborate on. I can read the slide. You know what I mean? Like I can read the slide myself. What do you think I'm going to be looking at on a Zoom? You know what I mean?
Oh, there's another one.
You can read the letters. Blow off MC. And it's like, don't just read off what I can read. You're not presenting. You're just reading off slides that you've created.
What about when there's another slide and we're reaching the end now? There's another slide, and then there's another slide, and there's another slide.
Oh, maybe it's like a narration of a podcast or something like that. It just makes no sense. Like, and I'd also kill the interrupter. But I am guilty of this sometimes. But I only interrupt when I feel like someone's not really explained and I can still see. Let's say you're a client and I got someone explaining something and they're like, I'm like, so do you get that? Do you get like, dig it? And if I feel like they're missing some key information to relate it back to where they are, like, why not? I don't mind interrupt too much, but I would kill it as well because, you don't want to stop someone in their flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They feel like a human, like pop-up,
Yeah.
advert. Okay. So let's talk about our boss banter, mad personal stories that we've got, right? Yeah. So just on the realness, still on the real vibe, we were in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Carnival Week, right? Energy was wild. Music, feathers, vibes, cheeks clapping. Oh, I'm going back there right now. The colors were everywhere. It was fire. So Manny suggests, while we're in Rio de Janeiro, let's go deep. We're in the jungle, right? Like he says in American Gangster, we're in the jungle. Like, what? Actually, like, I was like, what do you mean? Like, how much further do you want to go in? Like, actual trees, dirt roads, and yeah, he's at vibes. Just follow me. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Then
always
boom,
know what I'm doing.
We're going through, before you know it, in the favelas. At first, it was like BBLs and BBLs. Literally. It was, isn't it? It was just like, whoa, like she walked in and boom, she walked, the arse walks in. And I swear, like the most popular job in the favelas was that, like an underground plastic surgeon.
Yeah, like a butt lift shot right next to a kid selling big fat juicy mangoes, isn't it?
There was adverts like, pump your ass for X amount. And you're like, what? Man, thank God I didn't come back with a BBL. They were cheap.
Oh my God. It was mad though when we went into the favela. Like we went in, like machine guns out, selling class A drugs. Remember that crazy girl who was just off her head? And we walked past this guy who had this like barbecue setup and there's all these class A drugs in the middle of the favela street. No one giving a shit at all. And she's like, basically, the signs like get high as a kite. Literally.
Yeah, I remember that. Literally. He had a few signs, right? Oh my gosh. I'm just looking around thinking, bro, this is GTA Favela edition.
I know. But then we hear this sound. It's like thump, thump, thump.
And when we heard that sound, we're like, oh, let's check this out. And then before you know it, there's a little group of kids playing football right there in the middle of chaos. It was just a football, concrete floor, and dreams.
They were in steps. Some were in sandals. Some were in barefoot. It was pure Brazilian football magic, wasn't it?
It's beautiful. Like, so we jumped in. Me and Manny were like, right, these favela kids suddenly were like FIFA streets, right? Childhood dream unlocked in Brazil. Samba football. I grew up as a massive fan as into Ronaldo, right? You? Any big fans from the real world, Brazilian world?
Ronaldinho.
Oi, that goal against Chelsea. Oh, he was unplayable for 2-3 years. I'm literally we were playing in their backyard. Manny then hits a step over. I try like a little friggin' rainbow flick.
And then he scored from the goal as well. I just missed.
And we were singing, do that Nike song. Yeah. That Nike Brazilian song. Oh, Nadia. Oh. I don't know how it goes.
I made a video. If you go into my TikTok, there's actually a clip of the football. But I used that Nike song. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. That was an old advert as well. That must have been like 99.
And then you see the flying chicken in the background. Came out of nowhere.
Because we were literally in the middle of their courtyard and just houses and flats on flats on flats. And the people had it was like a live chicken and a cage. One had got out.
No phones, no toys, no tech, just straight football soul.
Yeah, none of this. It was just vibes. And at the end of it, Manny and I, we were playing, and we thought, do you know what? Let's give this kid something back. So we was like, right, let's give him a money donation. So we all emptied our wallets, whatever we had on us, just to show a bit of love. And then so we got everyone, went to hand over the money to the kids. The kids turned around and said, "I'm happy. We're happy as we are. We don't want it."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like, I had goosebumps when those kids said that. I'm just like, when I see them, I just see like little Aria and like my own little kids, right? But I've been around a few places around the world, and when I give money, I'll sometimes end of the trip, got a couple of 50 quid, 60 quid, whoever's around, I just give it to whoever needs it, right? But Rio is different. No skyscrapers, no strobe lights, just pure happiness. Even you can show it. They show it in their football as well. You see the England squad; they come out and they all tense, and one plays for Chelsea, the other one plays for Man United, and they don't share. They don't want to sit next to each other. They don't want to share tactics. But in the Brazilian football, they're in their style of football. Yeah. They're like brohood, and it was just pure happy.
Yeah, we got some pictures at the end. We started hitting them with the suey. We started doing sueys all the way in the favelas, man. It was absolutely mad.
Yeah, we did a group picture with them.
And we had a tour guide at this time, and she was like, "I've never seen a pie from my tour do that." Where we just got up, and we had some Americans, some randoms on our tour as well. And they were just all recording us, watching us three. And then we had Jackie Chan in there as well. Remember, he was doing the high fly kicks against the kids. I was like, yo, man, chill, the kids.
His kicks were high, though. That was super high. I'm sure there was a double kick. But we touched up on also on the last episode, Manny mentioned about some champagne madness we had at the airport as well. God. So we're gonna break that down a little bit further, because he kind of touched upon it, and there was a bit more to that. So we're heading to the airport. Let me paint the scene. We're heading to the airport, but of course, bougie Manny, let's go to a Brazilian restaurant, right? Yeah. He wants to go to like a fazenda type restaurant.
We got time though. I was like, let's eat, right? Last meal in Brazil, you know the vibe. We finish, we head up to the airport wearing area, so like, I'm like, look, Brazilian food's great. It's like fazenda and stuff like that. It's like the meat cuts, and it just tastes so good, so much flavor.
And they keep
as well. And it just keeps coming, man. Like, it's so good. And we're still in the Brazilian vibe. So we finish, we head over to the airport. We're in the waiting area. Jay says he'll be back in 10 minutes. And I kind of like thinking, maybe he's off to go, use the kitchen sink to wash his hands after going to the toilet, right? Yeah. And Jay comes back with a bucket full of ice and champagne. So much went through my head, because I'm like, A, this is an airport. B, where do you get the bucket and ice from? And C, how have you got an upper bottom champagne? Sits down while holding it in his lap. It was hot, so I go grab a piece of ice, and Jay said...
So I was like, bruv, if you keep digging past the ice, you'll find my cock, and you'll think, yo, he's one cool guy.
I was like...
Don't lie.
A bit more consequence. So I was like, what the fuck, man? Like literally, it's like, where do you even come up with this shit from in an airport to get this? And goes,
we were exhausted.
I was like,
out of our mind.
I was like, this is so cool. And he was like, yeah, if you keep digging, bro, past the ice, you'll see my cock. That's how cool the guy I am. And I was best out of that.
Yo, he's one cool guy.
Airport member staff said, you're not allowed to have this or open this here. Jay was like, don't worry, we won't. And then Jay thinks he's about to have a little bit of champagne breakfast. So tell him what you did.
Whilst we're in the quiet area, I started opening slowly. So on the champagne bottles, it takes a little while, right? Because you don't want to just pop it and then just goes crazy. So I'm like gently, really slowly, just squeaking away, sneakily, just trying real gentle, hoping that no one noticed. And before you know it, kaboom! It went And it popped everywhere, sprayed everyone within a 1 meter, 2 meter radius. It was like people sat down behind us. Oh my, the spray goes everywhere. It's like we won the Grand Prix, right?
We got baptized in bubbles, man. Should have gone back to the Christ the Redeemer, man. The way we got baptized. Security guard comes rushing over. Oh.
And I'm standing there with the bottle, and I'm just like, sorry, it must have shaken. Must have opened.
Brazilian breakfast turned into Fast and Furious fine dining, innit?
Yeah, but a little bit of champagne before any morning flight. Like, what could go wrong? Right? They were like, right, whoop, whoop, we're going to call the police. You got F for the police. You got F for the police. I was like, oh, God, here we go again. Right. So that was the breakdown of the real story.
Yeah, but as you could tell, it didn't happen. It didn't. We put the top back in and then we went somewhere else and he carried on drinking throughout the airport.
Talking about what the fucks, right?
Yeah.
It's time for what the fuck of the week, right?
Yes.
So I was in Waitrose, right? I was in Waitrose.
You're so posh, you. Bougie. Talk about me being bougie. I shop at Sainsbury's, Waitrose.
Waitrose is my joint, right? I love Waitrose. They do a beautiful Scotch egg, right? Their Scotch eggs, unbelievable, and some of their wines, incredible. And plus their ham counter, fresh ham, not packet ham, fresh ham, right? Apple and cider ham. Anyway, so I'm walking. I park my car in Waitrose, and I'm getting to an age now where if I see something amazing, I acknowledge it. This guy parks next to me. Let's call him Albert, right? It was an old school.
Albert?
It was an old school Rolls Royce, right? He must have been like 90 years old. He walks out, 90 years old, suit, tie. And in my head, I thought, wow, do you know what? When I get to that age, I'm not going to be laying around in trackies. I want to be wearing a tie and a suit and a shirt, looking good. And I thought, do you know what? He's walking my way, he's taking his time, walking into Waitrose. And I just said, can I just say, what a beautiful car. He turned around to me and he said, you can wash it if you want. I was like,
he's still living in This Is England.
I complimented him. I was like, that is one beautiful car. It's an old school, very old, probably about 40-year-old Rolls Royce car. He's like, you can wash it if you want.
You do look like a car washman.
I didn't know what to say. I was just like, oh my gosh, do you know what, Manny? There's not everyone's squeaky clean. Not everyone is squeaky clean.
I know.
Right. Let's move on to
Zero to Boss moves. Zero to Boss. There's a boss in every family tree.
That's
we
true.
want to know who's yours. In my case, it's me. I was watching this video of me being in Monaco and sharing it. So when I was like, there's that background music too. Like in one family in their lineage, a generational family, they weren't rich at some point, but then the one comes along who changes that family's destination. And and the voiceover says, I'm that one. And I say, I'm the one in my family. So, all right, instead of being so egotistical, let's talk about before the boss moves, there was a boss sacrifice. Sometimes it's not happy history. We talk about this, and not one they've ever liked to talk about. So, Jay, you've got us another Zero to Boss story.
Daruk Makto is the one who changed the bloodline, right? Main boss, Daruk Makto from Avatar. I did many years in the corporate world, as you know, Manny. Right?
Yeah.
And I met some inspirational, great characters. And what I did was I took away small little segments of, again, keeping me humble, down to the ground. What about this person do I like? What about their history moves me? And in times of when I need that motivation, let me lean into his story. So this week's unsung hero, unsung boss, came across the ocean with hope in their heart, from the Caribbean to England, part of the Windrush Windrush generation. She left Jamaica in 1950s with a suitcase, a nurse's badge, and a promise to give it her all. She didn't land with riches, but she brought something even stronger. Discipline, kindness, a backbone. Her first job, cleaner in a London hospital. Second job, training nights to earn her UK nurse license because they got to get transferred, right? Third job, leader of the ward. And in every room she stepped in, she brought in light, laughter, and just that fierce Caribbean kind of panache, that pride, you know? Okay. She learned the system, then she worked it. She rented a house, then she bought a house, turned it into a home for her siblings, but always cooked dinner every evening, but Sunday was her thing. She used to tell me there'd be 12 of them on the dining table, even after a night shift, making sure they were fed. Their bellies were full, and also the table always consisted of laughter. That was one thing she prided herself on. She taught her family how to budget, how to show up early, how to speak with grace. She didn't just send money back, she sent belief. Her daughter now has become a teacher. Her son is a police officer, and her grandson now runs his own business. Every generation lifted higher because she laid the first brick with love and grit. She never called herself a boss. And I've just noticed there's a trend here with those type of people. But that's exactly what she was. She was a boss. And generations are still rising on from that foundation she poured. But she created generational movement. Generations now eat from the seeds she planted. That's not hustle. That's heritage. That's boss. That's Turok Makto. Boss Nation, tell me who in your family... Exactly that. Who in your bloodline is your Turok Makto? Who made moves for you? Tell us. We want to know. We want to represent the OGs.
Yeah, we're honoring families like OG bosses is who, like you said, they don't consider themselves a boss, but we do because of what they've done. They've survived impossible odds, built something from nothing, made that ultimate sacrifice that still pays off today, which for us is our parents, really, isn't it? When we look at how they came over. Tell us your family stories. We'll read the most powerful ones on air, as Jay does as part of this whole segment. But I want to move and continue on with the whole energy of zero to boss, because we're moving on to that bit where we talk about a particular company. And this one, we're going to talk about Fiverr, which became a $2 billion empire selling basically $10 gigs, if you know what I mean. So, are you familiar with Fiverr, Jay?
Yeah, like they just basically deal with sport jobs.
Yeah, we literally just used it as a company for a project we're doing to get a 3D animation done of a sports car. And guess how much that cost?
The cost of that job?
Yeah, to get a 3D model rendered of a sports car.
It's not a Fiverr, is it? This says it in the name. It shouldn't be a Fiverr.
Yeah, but it's like a Fiverr to do like basic jobs. But yeah, it costs. Normally, if you went to a big agency and got that done with the amount of hours and times, you probably look at like a couple of grand, 165 quid. Yeah. So Fiverr launched.
Save where you can.
Yeah. So Fiverr launched with one basically bold idea, like. Right. What if everyone could sell any service online for just basically $5?
Right.
And then the idea is like, it costs like a $5 to get this done.
Right.
Obviously, it's not realistic.
Right.
But it's the same as getting something done or paying for something for a $5. Now, they've processed over 1 billion in transactions, reached over 160 plus countries, and even went public on the New York Stock Exchange. And here's how they flip freelancing into a $1 billion brand. And this is where there's a lot of value in terms of what they're doing. So the $5 hook, no hourly rates, no negotiating, just $5 get it done. Whether you want a logo, voiceovers, dating advice, whatever you need, someone selling it. No payroll or platform. If you've never hired creators, Fiverr was built with business in mind. Need it faster, want custom work. get it done. So you've got zero staff costs. So, millions of freelancers worldwide. People upload their kind of portfolio onto the platform so you can see it, and you type in what you're looking for, and then it shows you based on what work people have done and published to find the best fit. And then you connect with that person and say, I've got a job for you, but I need it doing by this time. They will say they will give their average turnaround time, and then you will book that working. And then they will send a link to book that work in, and you'll pay it. And again, it's a bit like we talked about Uber, a bit like how we talked about, OnlyFans last time. It's a 20% commission on every gig. But also remember, there's no HR involved here as well. So if you just want certain jobs done, it's quite good. It's really good for the creative industry, like the industry we're in. Every sale is instant. So, it's, for every $5 that, I think Fiverr that someone charges, I think they make like $1. So if someone's charging $500 for a piece of work, then $100 go into Fiverr, for the elements and them's a commission. And now multiply that by millions of gigs per month. The upsell trap from Fiverr is a real genius. The gig extras. So there's like other things you can do, like you can get things done faster. So people can put on, like, you can get this done and this is the average time. But if you want to rush on the job, so 40 hours, you can pay a bit more. If you want these extra features, like in this job that I've done, then it's extra. So you can dictate what you want. So like if you want it faster, you want custom work done. Sellers charge more, buyers pay more. Top sellers now earn probably $250,000 a year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. In 2020, the rocket year, when companies collapsed during the pandemic, Fiverr really exploded. So again, another multi-billion-pound business that came out of, I call it digital transformation, or the coming of the digital age, or fast tracking the digital revolution that businesses needed. So everyone went remote. People were doing side projects. Stock price tripled in 12 months. Valuation nearly $9 billion at its peak. $9 billion at its peak, man.
So they built $1 billion company, without even making anything themselves and helping monetize people's talents.
Yeah,
that's what
the Fiverr model,
they really did.
The Uber model, the Airbnb model. They don't own any employees, but they have the biggest number of employees for you to work for you.
So that for me, that is bada bing,
bada
boss.
Simple as.
So let's switch this up to boss and bogus. Yes. So people, like you've mentioned, Manny, are making money from weird, wonderful, crazy ass, what the fuck kind of places, and what the fuck kind of ideas, but they're making money on it. So let's play this business game. Real or fake? If it's real or fake. So, Manny, I'm going to drop you a business. You're going to tell me if it's the real McCoy or no go. Let's go. Business. Hire goat to meeting. So, not Ronaldinho goat, right?
But we both agree that Ronaldinho is the GOAT for our generation.
Ronaldinho is the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's the one. Messi was there when he was young, and Ronaldinho was there.
Ronaldo, R7 was there. R9, people class as the GOAT striker just because of, but he was quite injury prone, but he still won Legends. But Ronaldinho, for me, is the GOAT.
I 100% agree. Oh, by the way, that documentary of Ronaldo on the BBC, Phenomenon. Oh, what a documentary. But Ronaldinho, for me, he is the GOAT. I just personally believe he has, in those few years, he was unplayable, especially in a team. It was also a very good team, but he just made it look beautiful. But the real GOAT is the bad GOAT. Right? Okay. So,
that's your expression. Bah.
So a service where companies pay to have a live GOAT appear in Zoom calls for stress relief and team bonding, and most importantly, smile ear to ear.
I'm so confused.
That is the most important thing in life.
Hold up. I'm so confused. What do you mean when you say like a GOAT? Do you mean like a greatest of all time, or do you actually mean an actual physical live animal? Oh my god! So you're saying that people will pay to get a GOAT to appear in a Zoom as a stress relief and team bonding?
That's right.
That's just stupid. Why not just connect to a live video on a YouTube? Nah, that's bogus, mate.
So you think it's bogus?
I think it's bogus. If they're doing that, I could kill that company idea tomorrow by leveraging and working with Live Farm.
Yeah, but you know what? We're in a world now, Manny, where people are making money.
I see green. You do not tell me.
I'm not telling it yet. I want to say we live in a world now. People are making money in weird and wonderful places. So we need to think about what's the next one. On to the next one, and this one is bogus.
God for that. Honestly, if that was real, I'd literally leave the podcast now and I'd go set up a standard stupid company and just see if it's kicked off. I'd take the goat and start doing sheeps.
Okay, well, I basically did that on purpose. I lied. It's actually real. There's a Californian kind of park where they have made over 100,000 just by sending goats into a corporate Zoom meeting. They've done it in Google, they've done it in Amazon, Reddit, literally booked farm animals to spice up the meeting. This goat literally boosted morale, laughter in the meeting, and even revenue. So even by me just showing you is fake and you think, oh yeah, that's never going to work. Guys, you never know what's going to work.
That's just stupid. That's just stupid. But fair play. If you make money from it.
On to the next business. Right. Cryo coffee. Cold brew made with cryotherapy enhanced beans that shocks your cells to wake for extreme focus. So each bottle comes in a mini ice pack and sells for about £12.
Hang on.
Boss or bogus?
Cryotherapy, explain that a bit more to me.
So they enhance the beans to shock your cells to make you focus a bit more in detail.
I'm not a coffee drinker. You know me. We talked about this last time. That's a kill for me. It sounds bogus again. I only say that because it sounds like some LA influencer thing, you know, like hype trend, you know, like buy all these amino acids and these gum elements, but they're all BS. And you see them marketed and advertised. I'm guessing it's a real company, but I'm going to say it's BS. I mean, if your beans need cryotherapy, your life's too easy.
Yeah, and it is bogus. You're right. But you know, I can see someone in Dubai just being like, oh, this is a very good idea. Let's go for it.
You could sell it. Whether it does anything for you is elements. You're just selling a bogus product.
That's right. So that one was a big fail. Right, let's move on to the final segment. Let's play Rock, Paper, Scissors, Boss Tank edition. Boss Nation, Boss Tank, where people send in their weird, wonderful, wild ideas from problems that they're currently going through. And whoever loses from the Rock, Paper, Scissors has to dive in and make a comment about if either they mock it or they rock it. Okay? So remember, Manny, I never lose, baby.
You said that last time, but I always win and I won. So
I never lose. Okay,
we're going right. Rules again.
Wait.
3, 2, 1 on shoot.
Go.
Right?
Oh, no, I thought you
said No, I said, remember, 3, 2, 1 shoot. Right. You can't just go straight away. Right.
Well, it's just off the mark, right?
Okay.
Fast.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Shoot. Ah.
Okay, round 2. Okay.
Let me think this one. Okay, let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Shoot.
Ah!
How did I mess that up?
Remember, 2-0. 2-0. I always win. I always win.
Oh, let me get this message.
I'm a winner, baby. I'm a winner.
So this is the message I got sent in to me. Let's go.
Hey, it's me again. So basically I have another problem. It's driving me mad. At work, people are never washing their hands after the toilet. So I thought of an idea, the hygiene hacker. It's a smart sensor in the bathroom that detects if someone skips washing their hands. So pretty much a tiny buzzer goes off, automatically sends an email to the team. Looks like someone skipped hygiene hour. What do you think?
It's like a little ping.
I think That should be done. There are some dirty people, man. Like, look, I was once working for a company. But their motto was making it happen. Then an email why making it happen. And I don't care if I get told off, but this is a true story. You can verify this. And an email went out saying that in the girls' toilet, they found a turd on the floor. And they said that
girls' toilet.
In the girls' toilet, a turd on the floor. And to remind people that the toilets are there to be used and not to leave your stuff on the floor. And me being me, got told off because I replied back to everyone saying, talk about making shit happen instead of making it happen.
Oh, that should be their slogan. That should be their slogan. Making shit happen. Oh,
I'll tell you what, so many people replied back to me saying, you fucking genius. That's hilarious. Higher management obviously pissed off. Like, man, take it seriously. You know, I was like, well, I'm not one of the girls, am I? I might let my hair down. But I went, I'm not one of the girls.
Not the men's.
No, the girls.
The girls.
Girls were middle forward. Mate, it was just reading it. It was just like, real girls in the room was like, come on, girls. Come on. You know, but I think stuff
and
like that.
You don't know who did it, but you know them.
Yeah, well, one of them. There were quite a few
look
girls.
Him in the eye and be like, was it you?
There's about like 30, 40 females in the company at that time, maybe more. So it's to me, it's like when you have something like that, it's good because even in the guys' toilets, like where I work, you might be going in and taking a whiz or you're doing your business. You won't hear the hand dryer and you won't hear the tap. You'll hear someone will go take a leak and go back and open the door. And I think that's disgusting. I think it's really disgusting.
How did you shit on the floor? Did you do like the Asian steps?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
Did you stand on the toilet like the Asian style? Like, what did you do?
Me? Why you say me? I didn't do anything.
No, her.
Yeah, God knows. But even when you see it all the time, lads go in to take a whiz. No, not even that. They take a whiz at the urinal and they don't wash their hands and they walk out. And they're back in the restaurant eating. It's like, yo, you're
Mate,
eating.
I went to a UFC fight and there was a queue of people and some of the blokes were just pissing in the sink, but some of them were like 6'5" and I just didn't want to say something.
Yeah. I went to a Liverpool game and in Wembley, they were just pissing on the floor. Pissed out their heads. Pissing on the floor, on the side corner. I had to walk out. Disgusting what they do to those toilets. Like, and it's like,
not for me.
No, it is the level of contamination. And I think that's disgusting because like, so what I do is I make sure like I've got hand sanitizer on me, but it's like, come on, like wash your fucking hands, man. It's like you're a grown ass adult.
So you agree the fact that emails for toilet
I don't know about, I don't think about a sensor. I don't know about the email.
What would be the subject line?
I don't think
Monday contamination.
I don't think there should be an email. But what I think there should be is a sensor should go off when they know someone's walked away and not gone towards toilet elements. So they feel like someone else in that toilet's going to hear it. So you would be afraid that someone's heard the sensor and someone could then open the door and see it's you and they're going to be like, you dirty bastard. So you would never want that sensor to go off.
That's true. You know, you don't want to be like, you know, come on, Dave, you skipped using the soap again, right? Everyone knows. Let's say someone in the office called Dave, he's rocking like E. coli fingers, right? Because that's just going to be nasty. You're going to know, right?
Yeah, but you're going to open doors. You're going to shake people's hands. You're going to touch them. You're going to put that on your mouse and keypad. Man, it's germ central.
Yeah, man, you're going to end up with people with nicknames like Dirty Hands Dave or something, right? So look, Boss Nation, this Boss Tank idea, we don't want to turn it to Snitch Tank. That is something that we don't want to do. Yeah. However, before we begin every meeting now, I feel like I need to ask, has everyone washed their hands? But low key, we need one at my gym. Seriously, because there's dudes walking from the bog straight to the dumbbells. Yeah. And ew, like you could smell the bench. It smells of like Dave's hands.
The sweat coming from their ass and their backs and the smell of not washing in the hand. Oh, bro.
I need to switch gyms. I used to go David Lloyd's, but then I had to switch from that because
David Lloyd's, nah.
Especially
My David Lloyd's is good. It's because you're in Midlands.
I'm telling you, it's a lot. But look, guys, any crazy ideas, Manny, they got to tell us, right? They got to tell us, pitch us any crazy genius idea, pitch it to us, send it to the Boss Nation hotline. You know, we will read out the wild ones. We'll read out the whatever ones you've got coming in. And one of us would either write it or roast it. What are you doing with this one? We're writing this one or roasting this one?
Writing it. I'm writing it. I like the idea. I think hygiene. I think I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So leave us a voicemail or message on 077 577 3870. I repeat, 077 577 3870. So that's it now, Manny.
Yeah.
For episode 2.
So, Boss Nation, blow off some steam, as you see with the sign behind me. You know, we did wild workplace stories, landlords, buy-to-lets, Fiverr, Dirty Hands Dave. You know, it's been pure fun, pure vibes, zero filters. It's how we blow off some steam. That's why it's called Boss Nation.
That's right. And always remember, Boss Nation, don't let the world change your smile. Let your smile change the world. Bada bing!
Bada boss.
Bada boss.
Let's go.
See you again.
See you next time.